Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm here with Paul Butler, the new WBO international, is it international? Intercontinental? Yeah, the champion. We spoke yesterday and we spoke about how these Mexicans are coming over here and ripping up the script. He almost ripped up the script. It was a split decision. Did you feel it was a split decision?
No. I think there was a few rounds where I probably had off myself. I probably let him in the fight. I think I won the first, well, by two rounds from 2 up. I won the second, the third. Fourth was pretty close. I probably had a round. Well, I think it was the fourth or fifth. Joe said to me, I just had a round off there. But I think it was just because he was so much in my face. But if you're having a look at the shots where he's in my face, a lot of them are on gloves and I'm catching and riding and I'm trying to poke a couple through. I'm not in any trouble at any time. He landed. We knew he was going to turn southpaw and try and look for the left uppercut right through the middle. He landed it a few times, fair dues to him. But there were shots that I seen. But other than that, I don't think he came close to winning the fight. Like 3 rounds maybe he got 4 push.
But you got the knockdown in the first round there, and when you knocked him down, when you thought, yes, this is my fight, I've got him here, because we know it's like 10 round fights, or even a championship fight with the 10 rounds and the 12 rounds is a long time. So sometimes fighters get excited when that first knockdown comes. Did you feel in that first knockdown you thought, yes, I've got him?
Yeah, I thought I had him. I just popped his head up with a little left uppercut, and he came left hook. But I'd come short, I'd come boom, boom, and as I'd come right round the side, he'd come wide, and I'd clipped it. Very much like me against Rodriguez in the first round. I came wide, he came short, and he clipped me and he puts me over. Very, very similar to that. And I've clipped him round on the button. But as he went, he spun, and I thought, I've got him here. I thought, that's over that. Clean as you like. You know when you land a nice one, it just rips right through your arm. I thought that was it. As he got up, I looked at his eyes, I thought he's quite clear him. Put it back on him. I thought if I get him over again, I'll have him finished. But fair dues to him, he recovered. And when he came out the second round, I didn't even bother going to look for it because I knew he'd recovered and I knew he was a fitting game kid.
Well, he put it on you, man. He sat on your chest for just say the whole fight there. The whole 10 rounds he sat on your chest. You've got 2 beautiful, I don't know if you want to come close to that camera, I can zoom in to them horns. Look at that. Listen, that was headbutts. We've seen that he kept them coming, leaning in his head and stuff like that. The referee warned him a couple of times. Was that bothering you or not? I know it's a fight and sometimes you can scratch over the headbutts and stuff like that, but when it's continuous, was that bothering you in that fight?
Not really. I knew the head was coming in. That weren't the issue. It was after the head had come in. When he was sitting back on my head again after he'd done the damage, that's where it was sore, really sore. Even touching my head, I was like, fucking hell, get off me, you know what I mean? It was sore, but I had to dig in, and Joe kept saying, just lift the arm up and then drive that little right uppercut into his pit. And I thought that worked a few times, and it kept him from leaning on me because I was just driving the arm up and driving it right through the centre. So I was trying to do that just to keep his head off my head at times.
We spoke about it yesterday. You said yourself the Bantamweight division is one of the best divisions in boxing right now. We can name the champions: Casimero, Donaire, Inoue, who's probably number 2 behind Canelo in most people's pound-for-pound rankings. We've mentioned young Lee McGregor, we've got Garcia, we've got you, who's obviously now your WBO international, intercontinental champion or whatever. You know what I mean? You've got a ranking belt now. You've got that belt. You're in line to face Casimero if he comes through. Donaire, I mean, how excited you to be in this division when I just mentioned them names to you? Yeah,
it's brilliant. It's what you want, innit? It's what you're in boxing for. I got asked before, I'm 32, I've been a world champion, I've reached the top of the mountain. Basically, is the ambition still there? I've never walked into the ring as a world champion, as a defending world champion. That's what I want, that's my goal. I've won a world title, but I got advised to give that world title up, to go back down a weight, and that's what we've done. So my ambition now is to win a world title and to go in and defend it.
When you look at the Casimero and Donaire and Inoue, probably it might just be between Donaire and Casimero. Who's the easiest of the champions, do you think?
Fucking hell, some question that.
Inoue?
Easiest? No, I wouldn't know. Well, you've got to say Casimero. He's been beat, hasn't he? Inoue hasn't, and everyone he's hitting, he's bowling over and he's snoozing them. So yeah, you'd have to say Casimero. But he's a beast himself, yeah.
Like I said to you, like what is next for you though? I mean, like you are in touching distance of that world title, so you're not wanting to Russia or face anyone before the Donaire and Casimero fight. So for you, what's next for you going forward?
I don't know whether the Agbeko fight will still be there because that was meant to be a final eliminator. I don't think that was an eliminator or any. I don't know what it was. I think it was just for the title. So if a final eliminator still has to be done, then Agbeko's still there. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Lean mentioned something about being in line with Casimero, so I don't know if that was an eliminator.
I don't know whether that had because it was the title on the line and it wasn't Agbeko. It might have pushed me up into one. Right. It might have edged me above Agbeko, but I'm not too sure. Do you know what? I wouldn't even know. If it is, great. If you have to fight Agbeko, sound.
I mentioned you mentioned the fire and ambition to become world champion again. Is it still there, being that you're 32 and you've got a family and all that now and stuff like that? You've just had a big donut as well, so you've probably put on 4 pounds. So is the ambition still there to become that world champion? Is the desire as hungry as you were when you were 22?
Of course it is. By 10 o'clock last night I'd put a stone on. So yeah, the ambition is still there. It burns massively. I'm one of the hardest trainers you'll see. Ask anyone in our gym who the benchmark is to beat on any of the runs. Well, I was going to say swimming then, but I'm the worst at swimming. Can't swim. Yeah, but anything in the gym, I've got to be first. Apart from swimming, I'm terrible at it. But yeah, if it's running, if it's any sort of track work, bar, bag, versa, climber, I've always got to set the records and that's what I like. That's what I like doing in fights. Do you know what? I just love getting in there, and I love fucking fighting. I love fighting.
That's the craziness that most fighters have. The fact that they love getting hit. I mentioned Donaire and Casimero. I do want to get your thoughts on that fight. I mean, Donaire's he's like 36 years old, but it's like he's 26 years old. He's doing everything right. So for you, who's the winner in that fight?
Donaire. I think Donaire, yeah. I think he's just a little bit too cute for him, maybe, and I think he could possibly stop him. He's been hit by some big kids like Frampton up at featherweight. So power-wise, I don't think he'll trouble him. Inoue didn't really trouble him to the head. He hurt him to the body bad. So I don't think he'll hurt Donaire to the head. And I just think Donaire might know a little bit too much for him, be a little bit too cute for him.
In terms of Inoue, a lot of people are scared of him. A lot of people think that, a lot of fighters and a lot of people that I speak to say a lot of fighters are defeated before they even step in the ring because of just the aura around this man. He's a bad man. You see what he's doing to every opponent and stuff like that. So Paul Butler got off with the fight with Inoue. How would you approach it?
Let's fucking go. Listen. Every man's there to be beat, aren't they? Everyone had the same aura around them when Mike Tyson got in the ring with them. He'd say the eyes would tell a story, and he'd look at them in the ring, and the opponents would say every time.
I think it was Burbeck. You see the fear in his eyes.
Yeah, you just see the fear in his eyes, and you just see the winning mentality just drain out of his opponent. And listen, I'm not saying the same about Inoue because he's special. Do you know what I mean? He's beat a lot better caliber of opponent than what Tyson did. Tyson didn't really beat anyone great up until he was champion, and then he didn't really beat anyone special, really, did he? He got beat by the likes of Lewis and all that, who were all very, very, very good champions, probably one of the best Britain's had. But yeah, I think, listen, if Inoue got offered me, I'd take it in a heartbeat, yeah.
Well, I won't keep you much longer. I'll put some ice on that forehead, McCART. I know you're going out for a few drinks tomorrow, so hopefully that goes down by tomorrow. Enjoy your win, enjoy your family, and enjoy tomorrow night, and I'll see you in the next one.
Tom, mate, appreciate it.
Cheers, Paul. Thank you very much. Thank you, brother.